platform partner today. Please stand and join us in singing our opening song, I Am the Thinker.
I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. If you ask me who am I am wisdom, I am light, I am more than meets the eye, I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. If you ask me what am I am beauty, I am joy, I am more than meets the eye, I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I can choose to be the light that brightens someone's darkest night. I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life.
Thank you. Please be seated. Please join me now for our opening prayer. Take a deep breath, get settled in, and go from your head to your heart. Divine love, thank you for bringing us together today. We are here by divine appointment. We honor the sacred space created by this community. Thank you for the unique light each person brings to the sanctuary. We express our deep thanks for the gifts shared with us today, for Annabelle's message, may it stir our spirit, and for Thomas's music, may it lift our souls. As we open our hearts, we pray that each person here receives exactly what they need from this service, be it comfort, clarity, community, or strength. We are grateful for our church and for this beautiful family of faith, and so it is. And now let's say our invocation together. There is only one presence and one power, living as the universe and as me, God the good, omnipotent. And our blessings, our vision, a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. And our mission, practicing the presence of God through prayer, education, service, creativity, and community. And our shadow qualities. These are the qualities that we need to look at, and transform by our awareness. We are still growing into the fullness of who we've come here to be, and growth doesn't always follow a linear path. So we ask for your compassion when we avoid conflict, lack transparency, We communicate unskillfully. We're not fully present. We're spiritually bypassing or caught in not enough consciousness. Because this is what we have come here to be, our core values together: loving, spiritually centered, inclusive, respectful, compassionate, and authentic. And our evolutionary purpose is together transforming lives and inspiring people to make a positive difference in our world. And our daily word reader today is Joyce Gaius.
Good morning. The reading today for Sunday, January 18th, 2026 is World Peace. As I affirm peace, I help create a peaceful world. In 1964, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "It is not enough to say we must not wage war. It is necessary to love peace and sacrifice for it." We must concentrate not merely on the negative expulsion of war, but the positive affirmation of peace. Of course, I will work toward creating the kind of world I wish to see, investing my effort and energy to ending conflict, discrimination, and other kinds of negativity. But I also put my energy into creating harmony, cooperation, opportunity, and other positive outcomes. Today, I affirm that peace is dawning all over the world, blessing all people with warm feelings of cooperation and togetherness. I affirm peace is here, even as I strive to create it. Would you like to say the affirmation which supports this reading today together? It's on the screen. May the God of peace himself. Okay. Thessalonians 5:23. It's a whole different saying, but okay.
Go with the flow, right? Our guest speaker today is Annabelle Ludwick. Annabelle is a member of our board. She's a yoga teacher and a sound bath virtuoso. This morning she will present part 1 of the Lovingly Watching My Thoughts series, and this morning the lesson is entitled Reverence for All. We are grateful for her wisdom, heart, and presence with us today. Please join me in welcoming Annabelle. Annabelle, 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 Annabelle.
I'm thirsty. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm so grateful to be here today. Today the talk is titled Reverence for All, and I thought about calling this Reverence Isn't Religious. And that's because I really want to help open up a way to reverence and secular sacredness in modern life. Oh, I haven't used this clicker yet. Let's see here. So reverence is an attitude of honoring all life. It is similar to respect, but it goes deeper to an inner recognition of how we are all learning in this earth classroom together. And beneath this human suit, there is something sacred. And this sacredness is in the trees and rocks too. This sacredness, this presence and atomic intelligence is It is everything, and it is in everything. Reverence is defined by the unity movement as a profound respect, awe, and deep witnessing of the sacred essence in all beings and things. A foundational attitude recognizing the inherent worth and interconnectedness of all life, and an important part of developing Christ consciousness. If allowed, this attitude shapes how we make decisions in all areas of our lives. By changing our perception, we know the difference between exploitation and stewardship. And choosing the path that includes reverence for all, not just personal gain. Like gratitude, reverence is a feeling, which means it develops our subtle senses, our intuition. It is the practice of dropping into your heart and having clarity to sense and feel there, independent of the mind's filter. So let's take a moment to practice 3 deep breaths together. I invite you to place your hands on your heart. Maybe sensing your feet on the floor and your seat in the chair, and deepening your breath. And I'd like to ask, what are some of the ways that you practice reverence in your life? And then I can repeat it into the microphone so our friends at home can hear. How do you practice reverence? Reading the daily word. Yes. Thank you, Nikki. Listening. Thank you, Millie. Praying. Appreciating nature. Yes, taking care of indoor plants and outdoor plants. Appreciating music. I got to hear the choir was rehearsing this morning, and they're going to be singing next week. So I really appreciated hearing the lovely voices. Animals, taking care of our precious animals. One more? Anyone else? Slowing down. Helping, inspiring others, slowing down. Mother Earth. Creating objects of art. I'm just loving hearing these, but I'm going to move forward. But wow, thank you so much. So glad I asked and that you guys shared. So Chuck DiLiberto, a friend and mentor of mine, refers to this as the difference between knowledge and knowing. Knowledge is in the intellectual mind. This is what we are taught to respect and develop for centuries now. We're taught to look at the intellect as the goal, right? And knowing is in the heart. And this is in the field of perception and feelings. It is pre-language and even pre-human. Stephen Herod Buhner, the brilliant plant researcher, attributes, I'm wishing I had like giant print right now. So Stephen Herod Buhner attributes the development of the perceptive electromagnetic heart field to the plant kingdom. Many of us were taught to ignore this, and now we are unlearning so we can hear the wisdom of our hearts. In Gary Zukav's book, The Seat of the Soul, he uses the terms the 5-sensory personality and the multisensory personality, which are rooted in the belief of the evolution of human consciousness, similar to spiral dynamics. The five-sensory personality understands the world through the five senses. This is primarily limited to the physical world, with a focus on gaining power and control in the external world. The multisensory personality is in the process of evolving and sees the world through a combination of the five senses and intuition. This is a person inviting the personality to be in greater alignment with their higher self. Zukov speaks of reverence as leading to the path of authentic empowerment. We are unable to commit acts of violence toward people, animals, or nature when we have reverence. If a reverent attitude were more common in the world today, people would not be able to go through with clear-cutting forest or polluting water. The earth's consciousness would be seen and honored. I want to share a story of how my perspective has shifted. I really like Liam's water bottles. They're so convenient. So when I was in my mid-20s, I reconnected with a friend, and we walked a trail in Lockport. I remember it being surprisingly short. Neither of us had that feeling of being refreshed and steeped in nature, or the stimulation of exercise. I remember at one point in the conversation, he said, "Why didn't you tell me you were engaged?" And it was because the last time we'd run into each other, I wasn't engaged yet. When we returned from our short nature walk, instead of driving to another trail, we stood and talked by our cars on the gravel lot. He reached into his bag and pulled out a glass food container and said, "I thought we'd have a more strenuous hike. I prepared these for us." Opening the container, revealing a small pile of brilliant red pomegranate arils. I reached in. I remember myself hunched over, beastly shoving them into my mouth. Hardly a thank you that I recall. I cringe now when I think about it, and how Grace would have received this loving gesture from a friend. Had I been able to be in the consciousness of reverence in that moment, I would have felt such gratitude for the time my friend spent preparing this specifically for us to share, and felt the tenderness and subtle disappointment and vulnerability that I was no longer available for dating. Deeper still, to meditate on the gift of the pomegranate fruit, herself, a gift of divine nectars and creative expression in the natural world. Pausing for a moment to honor the tree flowers, pollinators, farmers, the rains and irrigation systems, the truck drivers and grocery store clerks. Today, I would look into my friend's eyes. Perhaps we'd smile at each other in the secret delight of the moment, of the gift of the pomegranate arils bursting on our taste buds as we shared that experience on that particular afternoon. I'm grateful to say this winter, as pomegranates are in season, that Liam and I have shared many a pomegranate, and it has been a joyful gratitude practice with every bite. Mindful eating has deep roots in Buddhist teachings. John Kabat-Zinn, a molecular biologist and meditation teacher, developed the mindfulness-based stress reduction program in 1979, including the famous raisin exercise. Who here has heard of the raisin exercise? Yes. Has anyone practiced it? It doesn't have to be with a raisin. He chose that one because it's very textured. This is an example of secular reverence. By eating slowly, we notice detail, texture, emotions, and thoughts while eating, which increase our awareness and gratitude and deepen our presence to what's happening in the moment. Reverence invites presence into the space, and presence inherently brings gratitude, and gratitude brings love. I know I feel profound gratitude when the previously constant mind chatter has subsided and awareness opens up the room I'm in, and the room of my skull and the body itself feel more spacious and less restrictive. Gary Zukav writes about how when we are reverent, we see beyond the shell of form and into the essence. Sometimes we contact this essence at the interior of beingness. Even when we do not feel it, it is enough to know that underneath the outer layer, the true power and essence of who a person is, or what a thing is present. The true substance. And I encourage each of you to define sacredness in your own terms and to relate to the word God in a deeply personal way. Unity has many ways to refer to this: omnipresence, divine mind, oneness. If everything is interrelated and connected in a sacred cosmic dance, then nothing is outside or against. The threats disappear and fear melts away. Fear is constrictive. Think about how anxiety tightens our muscles. Love is expansive. As the universe itself expands. Dr. Gary Simmons and Dr. Jane Simmons teach a lot about how nothing is against us in the Quantum Living course. And they also contribute to Claire W. Graves' work, Spiral Dynamics. As we ascend the tiers, and we move from survival toward pure love. And feelings help us to enter and dwell in our hearts, yet eventually we go beyond feelings into co-creating in unattached conscious awareness. Myrtle Fillmore, the founder of the Unity movement, experienced miraculous healing from a tuberculosis diagnosis. When I listen to her speak, I can hear the awe and love in her voice and feel it in her written words. She experienced a major shift in consciousness when she began to live every day with the awareness that her body is a living temple for the living God within. That every cell in the body is full of divine intelligence. When Myrtle experienced this revelation, the way she spoke to herself changed. Her inner monologue changed, and she made the conscious decision to speak the good out loud every day. and to express her gratitude and awe. When we have reverence for the divine good in every cell of our bodies, of our own body, we have respect and appreciation for self. Mistreatment of the physical, feeling, or thinking body becomes more difficult. We can no longer ignore our lack of reverence. Once we have invited it into the cells of our body and felt it, we cannot unknow this grace and strength. So, I'd like to move into an extended meditation together to spend time feeling our breath. And thank you, Michelle. So I have a few affirmations from Myrtle Fillmore to read that we can feel and let percolate as we sit here. Let us take a moment again to come to our heart's center. Noticing your heartbeat. In spite of appearances, there is only perfect God life in me and flowing through me as radiant strength, a vitalizing life, and perfect harmony. Every atom and cell is renewed. I have an endless reservoir of strength directly from the divine in mind and body. Every cell of my body vibrates and radiates with God life. This is the last affirmation, and then we'll spend about 5 minutes together in the silence. My body is the temple of the living God, pure, perfect, whole, and filled with the harmony of divine order. meditative state, I'd like to invite Tom DeLaury up, our prayer chaplain.
Reverence. Let's stay in this place of reverence for who we are and what we share. Spiritual beings having a human experience. And let us recall that as we observe our own spirituality, the quiet place inside of us, that we can use these spiritual powers that we have as we enter into prayer and think together, dear wise and wonderful Spirit, we are so grateful for the opportunity to have this existence, to share this love, and to have the power of love and divine wisdom and other abilities to create a world of peace and abundance for ourselves and others. And as we turn our attention to the prayers that are on our heart, the prayers that are in the prayer box, let us recall that the divine wisdom that empowers the trillions of cells inside our body, the divine wisdom that creates the medical wonders that are so helpful, and the divine wisdom that creates the air that we breathe, can bring us all peace, can heal all wounds, because our peace of mind and the love that we experience can always grow. And so it is.
Thank you, Tom. And a special prayer for Buttercup Wackett, who lost her little sister. Thank you, Annabelle. That was beautiful. Can we give our unity blessing? She did such a beautiful message this morning. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ in you. Thank you. Okay, I think we're going to sing a song.
My skin may be a different shade, my language not the same. I pray in different places. I call God by different names. My clothing may not be like yours, might stand out in a crowd, but in universal spirit there are differences allowed. We have the precious present, and our presence holds the key to a world that is more loving, as we share the dream of peace, as we share the dream of peace. children, I fall in love, I cry. I marvel at the sunset as another day goes by. But halfway around the world I know your rain brings rainbows too. Though we might seem so different, I am just the same as you. We have the precious present, and our presence holds the key to a world that is more loving, as we share the dream of peace, as we share the dream of peace. We have the precious present, and our presence holds the key to a world that is more loving, as we share the dream of peace, as we share the dream of peace, as we share the dream of peace.
Our love offering time is an opportunity to contribute to the vision and mission of our ministry. Thoughtful, generous giving from a grateful heart. Now let us bless the gifts that we provide to Unity of Buffalo in various ways by affirming, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Freely I give, and freely I receive. Thank you, God. Together, we bless these gifts and see them pressed down, shaken together, heaped up, running over, and returned to every giver 100-fold. Thank you, God. Amen. Transformational opportunities. Please read the weekly email blast because there's a lot of information in there. And we have a prayer chaplain Q&A today right after the service in the sanctuary. Spirit groups we started yesterday, the Great Transition, and it's not too late. You can still join us on Saturdays. It's from 10:30 to noon in the fellowship hall. The cleanup that was scheduled for Friday the 23rd is going to be postponed, so you have that day off to do something fun, and we'll let you know of the new date. And Christine Ford is going to come up and talk about earth care.
Last Sunday, we had our first meeting for the Earth Care and Animal Ministry regarding the 12 powers of our planet discussion. And the focus of that day, the first power, was on faith. And these are the takeaways from our meeting together. And it actually dovetails beautifully with Annabelle's message of reverence for the earth and all of us and our interconnectedness. So our takeaways were that we agreed that the earth and the human body are similar. We noticed that just as our bodies have the potential to heal when we make good decisions, so too can the earth when we treat it with great care and respect. Our faith in the earth's ability to heal because of our individual and grassroots efforts motivates us into action. Our faith leads us to believe that those actions matter. Accepting that our faith leads us to help creates action that helps us know that what we do is important. In conclusion, we were challenged to reflect on the concept of faith in action and how it can influence our willingness to take a stand and embrace actions that honor the earth and her environment, because every little action matters. So, on that basis, we're going to be developing programs that we can do together as a community and individually. And this was brought to our attention last week. For those of you in Buffalo, this is the latest recycling information, what can and cannot be recycled. We are looking into possibly getting that information for other communities. So if you would like us to look into that, let us know where you live and what your recycling needs would be. And also, we're going to be starting a used battery depository somewhere when we get it finished so that you can bring them here. They don't have to go to the trash, and we will take care of them, taking them, say, to Wegmans or another place that accepts them. So this is our joint responsibility of our faith in action.
Thank you, Chris. It's amazing what this new team has done in such a short amount of time. Okay, now we're going to form our closing circle.
We are all friends here. There are no strangers once you walk inside that door. We welcome you to linger in this family of love and hold you in our hearts the way you are. We are all friends here. There are no strangers once you walk inside that door. We welcome you to linger in this family of love and hold you in our hearts the way you are. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant